Go. Yeah. So Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic Speaker of the House, called Trump's latest decision erratic. And Senator Lindsey Graham, Senator from South Carolina, called the same decision a disaster in the making. Does anyone know what decision they're referencing? Good for you. So the decision that caused such bipolar hate was on October 6th, Trump decided to remove the remaining 1,000 American troops from Turkey. As a voter, it is your job to stay informed on both national politics and international politics so you can make an informed decision when you reach those polls. I will first go into background information to get you comfortable with the situation, and then I will go into the actual conflict, Trump's response, and the implications of his decision. So let me set the scene. A civil war broke out in Syria in 2001 between the Syrian national government and the Kurds, the Kurdish militia. So the Kurds are an ethnic minority in Syria and a few other countries surrounding Syria. They are a nation, not a state. They have never had their own country. And ISIS took advantage of Syria's situation and started taking control of parts of northern Syria. So this is when the U.S. got involved. They teamed up with the YPG, the strongest of the Kurdish militia, and they used them as ground forces to fight ISIS. As YPG continued to fight ISIS, they took back land, Syria's land, and started governing that land. This was the only land that the Kurds have ever had that was self-governing. It's also important to note that Turkey is an ally of the U.S. and they are part of NATO. And Turkey's president, Erdogan, wanted to negotiate a safe zone to resettle Syrian refugees that were in Turkey. So let's get into what actually happened. So I'm going to repeat again. On October 6th, Trump, on a phone call, decided to pull out the remaining troops. And the Kurds, suddenly in need of support, agreed to let Russian-backed Syrian troops enter the governed land and help fight the Turkish aggression. So although Trump denies his orders from Turkey, or denies that taking the troops back from Turkey caused Turkish aggression, it was technically a de facto green light, which made international people put sanctions, as well as the U.S. put sanctions on Turkey. Either way, America betrayed one of our faithful allies, the Kurds, who helped us through fighting ISIS. And we have to remember that the Kurds have to choose between protecting like their land and protecting themselves and their only self-governing place that they have ever known. So while there's a very long, complicated history surrounding that whole situation, it was set off by us that could unstabilize the Middle East again. So I urge you to make smart decisions when you vote in the upcoming election. Thank you.